Assalamu alaikum. Hello everybody. I hope this video will find you fine and you enjoy your time with your family. In this historical moments that the world knows, and because of quarantine, I think that you have enough time to do so many useful things. So please don't waste your time because this is the time of creativity and innovation. And don't forget that time is very precious. Well, today we are going to talk about a new grammar lesson which is about conjunctions. In English language there are so many conjunctions, but today we are going to focus just on the conjunctions because, so, and as. So as a definition, a conjunction is a word used to connect other words, phrases, and clauses together. Now let's start by the first clause or the first conjunction, because. Because is used to give reasons. So let's take some examples. She doesn't go to school because she is sick. So here the reason is because she is sick. This is why she doesn't go to school. Let's take the second example. Because it rains, I wore a raincoat. So I wore a raincoat because it rains. So this is the reason. And the last example, Ahmed was happy because he won the competition. So if I ask the question why Ahmed was happy, so the reason why is he won the competition. Great. Now let's move on to see another conjunction, so. So is used to link between cause, reason, and results. Let's take some examples. He is hungry, so he gets some food. So because he is hungry, he gets some food. This is a cause. The second example, the weather isn't very nice, so we don't go camping. So we don't go camping. The reason why, because of the weather isn't very nice. So this is the reason. It comes before the conjunction so. He lost the key, so he couldn't get into his room. So here he lost the key. As a result, he couldn't get into his room. Great. Now let's move to see another conjunction, as. We use as with a noun to refer to the role or purpose of a person or thing. Okay, now let's start by as a preposition. Here's some examples. I worked as a waiter when I was a student. So here in this example, the function of as is not like the word like. It doesn't show the similarity, but as here shows what kind of work I did. Okay, that's why I'm not going to say I worked like a waiter. Okay, now let's move on to see another example. Internet shopping is seen as a cheaper alternative to shopping on the high street. Great. Now pay attention that we don't use as plus noun to mean similarity to. We use like plus noun. Okay? For example, it's almost like a real beach, but it's actually artificial. So here in this example, I'm not going to change like by the conjunction as, because here the word like it means something similar to. Okay, it's almost like a real beach. but it's actually artificial. So that's why I'm not going to use it's almost as a real beach. Now another example, I would like to have a white cat like the one in my dream. So here it shows the similarity, but I'm not going to use the conjunction as. Okay, I'm not going to say I would like to have a white cat as the one in my dream. Here I'm not going to talk about similarity. Great. Now let's move to see another function of as a conjunction. The conjunction as has several different meanings. We use as when one event happens while another is in progress. It means that during the time that. In this case, the verb after is often in the continuous form. Now let's see some examples. They arrived as we were leaving. So as you notice here, after the conjunction as we were leaving, this is a past continuous. So it's an action in progress. So the time conjunction meaning while or when. So they arrived while we were leaving. This is the meaning here of as. Here another function, we use as to connect a result with a cause. For example, I went to bed at 9 p.m. as I had a plane to catch at 6 p.m. So here we have a reason and result meaning. So it takes here the conjunction as takes the meaning of because. So I may say I went to bed at 9 p.m. because I had a plane to catch at 6 p.m. Great. Now let's move to see another function. We also use as to mean in the way that. Here an example. As the forecast predicted, the weather was dreadful for the whole of the weekend. So here as it takes the meaning of in the way that. And the last example, she arrived early as I expected. Great. Now let's see the word the same as. What is the meaning of the same as? Okay, here we use as with the word the same to talk about identical things. Okay, let's take an example. Your jacket is the same color as mine. So here in this example it shows the identity between the jackets and mine here, or his jacket and mine. Great. So here another function of the as a conjunction, the simultaneous changes. Let's make this a little bit clear. We use as to introduce two events happening at the same time. After as, with this meaning, we usually use a simple rather than continuous form of the verb. Here an example. For instance, as the show increases in popularity, more and more tickets are sold daily. So there are here two actions happen in the same time. Increasing, or the show increasing in the popularity, and the tickets are sold daily. So the two actions happen in the same time. Great. Now let's make a comparison between the conjunction when and as. Let's take this first example. When you get older, moving house gets harder. Okay, so you should, as you notice here, there are two actions. The first one, you get when you get older, and the second action, moving house gets harder. So here one thing happens first, and as a result the second thing is true. Now let's see the conjunction as. We will put it in the same sentence. As you get older, moving house gets harder. So what is the difference between the conjunction when and as? So here the meaning changed. Why? Because when we put the conjunction as in this example, as you get older, moving house gets harder, it means that the, the actions happen in the same time. Okay, I'm not going to use the word while you get older, no. But here, the two things happen at the same time. Great. Now here, you should also pay attention that we don't use as alone to introduce examples, but we can say such as, okay, if I want to introduce some examples. Here, an example. They gave them gifts such as flowers and fruits and sang a special welcome song. Okay, here I introduce the examples flowers and fruits and sang a special welcome song. Before that, I should put the word such as. Okay, but I'm not going to put as by alone. Okay, I'm not going to say they gave them gifts as flower and fruit. No, here the meaning changed completely. Great. I think this is the end of this video. I hope that you understand this lesson, and please, as I told you, don't waste your time, and see you later, and thank you for watching.